Ready,
Ready? Are you ready? Ready?
Is that even a song, or we just made it up?
Just made it up. Well,
Perfect.
there was,
Brought
are
to
you
you by
ready? Yes, I'm ready.
I'm
Are you
ready. What's
ready? I forget what song it is, but they
like the
used it in a
Shondells or something?
they used it in a commercial or something, and that's how I remember it. So,
All right.
yeah.
That's we got to add that to the list. Commercial jingles that we remember.
Oh, the local ones at work
No,
because
no, I
it's
don't mean like the list, but like
right, a list.
a list.
Yeah, at work we have all the local commercials. I'm already singing all of those. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so
Happy Sunday.
happy Sunday. Good morning.
Buenos dias.
It's been some interesting weather here this weekend, like little hurricane action. Like we're getting the
Ooh.
remnants of a hurricane, and so a lot of
Oh yeah,
rain,
that's
little
right.
wind. Things are flooding.
Okay.
Things flood here because the water doesn't soak into the ground, and so rivers overflow, roads, and things like that.
We have an
Super fun.
intersection that if it drizzles, it floods because it's slightly below sea level next to
Well,
the ocean.
that'll do it.
Shout out the intersection of PCH and Warner.
Oh, yeah, I think I've been through there back in the day. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, what are you sharing with me today?
So many directions I can go in, but I'm going to go with something that terrified me and delighted me all at the same time. I purchased a new phone because I had a cracked screen, and then the screen protector was cracking, and then like little pieces of glass were getting stuck and I couldn't do things. So I bought a new phone and I got it and I swapped out the little chip and I set the phones next to each other, and in like 7 minutes the entire phone with all my passwords and everything was transferred to the new phone, which super exciting but also
A little scary.
terrifying.
That is a
A little
little terrifying.
terrifying.
Technology is getting terrifying. I don't know if you watch Black Mirror on
I
the
do.
Netflix. That
Yeah.
yeah, right there. That just tells you right there the possibilities of the terrifying with the technology.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the fact that it took that long, but also like you could sit next to me at a restaurant and do the same thing. Not
Mm-hmm.
that I have anything on my phone that anybody wants, but if I did,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
That is a
that's
little
it. So I
scary.
so I got a new phone. I
Good.
love my new phone.
Yay.
It's pretty.
Well, my Caresy is I got the Gen Z stare from a girl that works at our local In-N-Out Burger. And so, very pleasant. She took our order, and when she handed me my receipt, she said, "Okay, you're guest number 23." And I looked at her and I said, "Oh, I'm not 6'7". And I didn't even get a courtesy. Huh. Literally, she didn't even look at me and was looking right over my shoulder at the person behind me. Like she could have just said next, but not even, I didn't even get an eye roll. I got nothing. I just got, she didn't even look, wasn't even looking at me. She was looking over my shoulder at the person behind me, ready to take their order. And I was like, wow, wow, wow.
Absolute complete disdain. Now, last weekend I went to a little farmer's market. I went to a little farmer's market, and the cute little family in front of me had, I don't know, they were probably, I don't know, 11 or 12, 10 or 11. They just finished their soccer game, they were getting food, and they were number 6'7". I was 68. And so they called 6'7", and the girls kind of looked, and I go, and then I did this, and I go, 6'7". I said, that's a missed opportunity. You didn't do it. And they kind of like smiled, and then like, oh yeah, we didn't, but at least I got a smile out of them.
I think because our old asses are picking up on it and kind of blowing it up and talking about it, now it's going to go away. They're going to be like, "Oh, the old people got a hold of it. Now it's just it sucks now."
Note to self,
So,
fastest
yep.
way to make things go away is to let the old people adopt them. Perfect.
Yep, let us
Noted.
in on it and it's gone. All right, I have something stuck to my lip and it's bugging me and I can't get it. So if I keep doing this,
Is it a
oh,
fuzz?
something from my jaunty
Fuzz
scarf
piece
I'm
of fuzz
wearing.
from your scarf?
So our topic today is it's fall, y'all. So we're going to talk about all
Yes, it
kinds of fall
is.
things. I am wearing a scarf because after living in the land of Winterfell for 20 plus years, I have quite a fall winter wardrobe. And even though summer's my favorite season, my clothes are all geared towards fall. So I'm wearing a scarf and it has puffin penguins on it. I don't know if you can say those.
I can.
And there's a story with this scarf. So we were out watching a band one night at one of our local bars, and seating becomes a whole blood sport when you go watch a band because everybody's old and we all need to sit down. We don't want to stand. So there was a group of people that came in and stood next to us, and we had an extra chair at our table, and they asked, "Hey, can we take this chair?" And I looked at the gal and I said, "You absolutely can," because she was wearing a Chilly Willy the Penguin scarf, as I was wearing my Puffin Penguin scarf. And I said, "You can take that chair because we're both wearing scarves with freaking penguins on them." And she looked at me and we just started laughing. It was hilarious. So,
That's
anyway,
adorbs,
that's my story. What are
as
the
the
odds,
kids
right?
say.
As the kids say, I'm
Yeah,
also wearing
that's
my flannel, so I'm all
yeah.
falled out.
Flannel jackets are all the rage every
Hmm.
year. That's, it's
Well,
a
they sell them at Costco now, so
yes, they do.
you can
And
get one
Sam's
for
Club apparently.
14.99.
You can in a variety of colors and thickness.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing any. I mean, I live in a place that the weather changes 30 degrees. That's it. From like one end to the other, there's a few days where it's a little more than that, but for the most part, we're in 30 degrees. So like always. Um I don't really have a lot of fall anything. I have like one coat for when I leave town. I have a few sweatshirts and a couple of long sleeve shirts. That's my fall wardrobe. I don't have scarves because I don't like anything tight around my neck, except occasionally a pair of hands.
You're such a stop it.
I said that to somebody once, and they
Stop it.
well,
You
here all
said that
night.
to
Don't
who?
forget. I don't even remember who it was, but it was somebody much younger than me. It was joking, and she kind of like did a. What did she just say?
You're gonna end up on Dateline.
Great. I
Um,
hope so.
no, I have to laugh when it like the weather dips below, like you have the first day that's below 65, and all these Orange County women are wearing their like knee-high boots and big scarves and coats and wool and flannel, and then it's like 80 degrees the next day. It's like, put the boots
Yeah.
away. It's not time yet.
Or
So,
you leave the house and it's 60, but
mhm,
by noon it's 80, and
80.
it's yeah. So it's we just a lot of layers, a lot of
Yeah.
layers.
Yep. Something else I kind of like about fall that's, clothing related, you're wearing more layers, is you don't really have to shave all that often. And as I've mentioned before, the hair maintenance on a woman is it's a lot of work. So anytime we can minimize that, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So, what else do we want to talk about fall? I have a bunch of trivia for fall, as well as
Jeez.
some big words we can talk
Well, I
about.
did I did 6 seconds of research.
Hmm.
Because I was curious, like, what the difference between fall and autumn is. And apparently, according to the Google Webs or in a interweb fears, the term autumn is really more English, which is probably why more formal, probably why more on the East Coast it's used more frequently than fall, and fall is more casual. Um, there you go. That's it. That's my 6 seconds of research. Is that the word
I
is
did my 8 minutes of research, and
deep dive.
I did a little deep dive. Um, there's quite a few interesting things about fall. So, squirrels. This is the time of the year when the squirrels go nut gathering, and apparently their little brains grow about 15%. And that's a survival instinct because, they got to be on their game. It's like, hey, we got to find the nuts, we got to bury the nuts. It's all about our nuts.
They don't
And
their brains don't physically grow. They develop
they,
as opposed to getting
yes,
actual bigger.
right,
Got it.
they
Okay.
develop. And
Got it.
so this kind of ties back to my statement about don't keep wild animals as pets, because there are instinctual things that are triggered by nature in some animals, and that squirrel's brain starts growing, and he's got to get the nuts. And if you have him inside in a cage, God knows what he's going to do to your house. So leave the wild animals in the wild, because they've got business to take care of that we should not be interfering with.
Now, I'm wondering if squirrels, if that's triggered by like temperature and weather,
It is.
or is it just okay? So
Yes.
if you live in a place like here where the temperature and the weather doesn't change drastically, I wonder if that diminishes their brain growth.
That would be something to look into, but I'm not
Yeah,
going to. I mean, you can if
I'm
you
not
want,
either.
but
No,
that's an
but the
interesting
neighbor, the
question.
my neighbor has trained the local squirrels to come into. Well, she hasn't trained them. They've just figured out how to get into her apartment to look for nuts.
Nuts.
She's got a little hole, like she's got a little latch. And so the screen's got a little hole in it. So they climb up the screen and go through the hole because she goes out and feeds them.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say
She's built
feeding them.
she's built a little house for them on she's
Oh
attached
Lord.
it to the tree with a little couch, and they're living the life, I tell you.
If you want a friend, feed any animal, right?
Yeah, I
Anyway,
don't.
so that's the whole thing with the survival
Interesting.
instincts. And yeah, don't keep a
Okay.
wild animal, or next thing you know, the monkey's eating your face, and we don't want that.
No.
Um, how about pumpkin spice? We want to talk about that for a hot minute.
Oh, I've got a whole list of flavored things that I would like to
So
discuss.
I read a thing that said, pumpkin spice doesn't contain any actual pumpkin. Who didn't know that already? Um, why did that have to be mansplained to us? Because it's pumpkin spice. It's the spices that you would use to make like a pumpkin pie or
Right,
something with
to
pumpkin. Pumpkin
accentuate the
doesn't have its
pumpkin.
own flavor. It really doesn't have a
Well,
flavor. Like it
yeah,
doesn't have a real, it has a,
it's
well,
not very robust.
pumpkins are fruits, by the way, not vegetables. Um, just so you know. But yeah,
Thanks.
there's really no actual pumpkin in the pumpkin spice.
I'm adjusting.
But it is the most popular candle scent. Just saying. Just saying. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
so yeah, I mean obviously pumpkin spice. Now I don't like all things flavored pumpkin. I like a few things. Pumpkin pie's okay. I don't love pumpkin pie. If it's the only thing there, I might have a little treat. If it's got a lot of homemade whipped cream, I'm piling. It's really more just a holder for my whipped cream.
It's a
I
vehicle for the
do,
whipped cream.
yeah, I do have a pumpkin bread recipe that is delightful that I make this time of year. So we'll start probably doing that here pretty soon. But there are certain things that don't need to be flavored pumpkin, like popcorn. I
Yeah.
don't need pumpkin spice popcorn sprouts.
Yeah, we don't need to go into the fall season and everything is pumpkin spice flavor.
No, there's new flavors too. There's new flavored popcorn. Maple French toast. I don't need maple French toast popcorn.
Yeah.
It's a bit much.
Yeah. It
I
kind of
mean,
reminds me,
a caramel corn's okay, but like
I,
maple French toast?
it kind of reminds me of how everything became bacon flavored for a while there.
Yeah.
There is such a thing as too much bacon, and I know that's hard to
No, there's
believe.
not.
Yes, there is,
No.
and
No, there's not.
I will explain. So there is a contraption that you can wrap in bacon and put it in the oven, and it makes a bacon bowl. Okay? So if you have a bacon bowl filled with bacon, to me that's too much bacon.
I'm okay with bacon on
I
bacon on
love bacon,
bacon.
but that's a lot of bacon.
It is. I don't know that I'd need to eat it all at once. I mean, after 7 or 8 slices, I get a little parched, a little done with the
It's a
bacon.
little salty.
It's a little salty.
A little salty. The other thing is cranberry. Everything has to be cranberry flavored or scented or, um, you know, I'm not
I've
a
seen
huge
a lot of
cranberry fan.
cranberry. Fran? You're not a Fran?
I'm a
Fran Fran?
fan. What did I say?
You're not a
I'm
huge
not a big,
cranberry
I'm not,
Fran.
I don't like the taste. I've never liked the taste of cranberry. And I'm not, I don't do juice, so I don't drink cranberry juice. I'm just, if you put it in like a bread or
I don't like,
a
I
muffin,
don't
I'm
like,
okay with that, but I don't need cranberry
ooh,
everything. I don't need pumpkin everything. I don't need cranberry everything. I like it, you know, for what
I
it's,
don't,
stay in your lane though, pumpkin and
I don't
cranberry. We don't
like
need to overtake
chunks.
the whole store.
Yeah, I don't like chunks of fruits in baked goods. If it's like a banana bread or a pumpkin bread or whatever, where it's super pureed and you can't, or like apple
Right.
cinnamon spice, whatever. But like a chunk of apple or a chunk of cranberry, it's not my thing. I don't. The texture is kind of weird for me. Occasionally there's some dried cranberries in like a trail mix or something that's fine. But I'm not a big cranberries aren't. I'm not
So
thrilled with them.
that leads me to my first fall trivia question for you. In colonial times, what were apples called?
Cranberries?
They were called winter bananas.
Winter bananas?
Yes.
Who
But
thought of that?
I mean, like, did the colonists really have a lot of bananas?
That
I'm not
is.
sure. But yeah, winter bananas or melt in the mouths. Now, does an apple really melt in your mouth? No.
Nope.
I don't know where that came from, but considering the other types of food that they ate around that time, that might have been, like their candy. So,
That is.
yeah,
That's.
pretty wild, huh? That's wild.
Wow. The
Um,
limited vocabulary, I guess, uh,
yeah.
prohibited them from really getting out there. Now I just want to do a deep dive on the word apple and where it came from.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Speaking
apples
of,
have been around for a long time. The Greeks,
speaking of
the
apple,
Romans, the
yeah.
Egyptians, they all did the apples. Yeah.
Speaking of apples, one thing I do that is delightful this time of year for the fall is the caramel apple scotch mallow from See's Candy. We all know how I love marshmallow scotch mallows. Love
It's
them.
true.
Love them. The caramel apple one is pretty good. Not as good as the mint one, which is spring, which I'm sure we'll get to in spring. They have a coffee one. It's okay. And then they do have some other sort of, I don't know, fall one that I didn't like. I can't even remember what it was, but I didn't like it. But the caramel apple one's pretty good.
Now, are these exclusive to C's or
Yes, they are
okay?
exclusive. The Scotch Mallow is exclusive to C's, and then they do a series of like flavored ones 4 or 5 times a year. And
Right.
this time of the year is the caramel apple one, and it's not so bad.
Got it. Got it.
Not so bad. Yeah.
Good. So, along the fall food topic, um, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
Oh boy. That's a rough one. But I can tell you what it's not. Fucking candy corn. It's not.
All right. Well, that leads me to my next trivia question. Hang on, I gotta find it here. What was candy corn originally called?
Fucking garbage.
It was called chicken feed because it looks like the corn, the dried corn that you'd throw down for chickens to eat. Now, when we were kids, we would, candy corn, you'd get the big bag, and then the chocolate candy corn came along where the bottom isn't white, it's like chocolate flavored, but that was a big deal. But yeah, candy corn, like I'll have like two pieces just if it's out somewhere, somebody has it, and then I'm done. It is not, it's not good.
We used to bite the little ends off and then stick them on our teeth.
Pretend you had witch teeth.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I gotta say,
Yeah.
I like anything coconut, so I do like an Almond Joy or a Mounds. I do like a Snickers. I'm not a big Reese's peanut butter fan, but that's I think the number one Halloween candy is Reese's. But I've learned to like it a little more. It's really tastes nothing like peanut butter, but yeah. But
I
anything coconut,
th-
I'm down with that.
I think over the years, the last handful of years, maybe 7 to 8, and I don't know if it's my adult palate or changes in recipes. But man, Reese's peanut butters just taste like shit now. They're just not as good. Now, the little peanut butter cups from Trader Joe's or the peanut butter patties from See's Candy, delightful. But the Reese's, they don't. I don't know. There's some weird taste to. I don't.
There are like websites devoted to those Trader Joe's peanut butter cups. People lose their shit
They're
over
good.
those.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah, I
pretty
just
good.
I can't keep the candy in the house, and now
No, it's not
we have
allowed.
it at work, and I've told my coworkers, I'm like, you need to hide it from me. Seriously, I'll eat it all. Like every time I pass
Yeah.
by it, I'll eat it. I couldn't have candy on the I used to have a bowl of candy on the counter at the hotel. I had to get rid of it because I was eating it all. And I just I can't have it around. It's just too
I
tempting.
will say an underrated, in my opinion, doesn't get enough is the $100,000 bar. That
Oh,
is
for
still
sure.
pretty good. A little crunch, a little chew, and then the whatchamacallit. Oh man, I
Was
like
that a
that one
peanut
too.
butter? Was that a peanut
It
butter
had it's
one?
like peanut. It was like a peanut butter crunchy, wrapped in
Right.
chocolate, maybe a teeny thin layer of I don't know. It had all of the things in it. Sweet, salty, crunchy, chewy. Was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
Anything with
candy.
chocolate. Anything with chocolate is, I'm not a big dark chocolate fan unless it's got like caramel inside or sea salt or something like that, but a raspberry
It has its
filling.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has its place. Speaking of raspberry filling, this just popped into my head. There was a, it looked like a little, it kind of looked like a Rolo, and it was from Godiva, or as Becky used to say, Godiva, and it was some sort of raspberry crown fill. And so the stuff in the middle was raspberry flavored, but it wasn't like a jelly and it wasn't like a chew. It was like a cream goo
Hmm.
of sorts. Oh, it was good. And
Was
then
it a little on
they
the liquidy
canceled.
side?
It was like yeah, it was more like a
Almost like a cordial,
consistency,
but not as liquidy.
a little thicker
Yeah,
than a
like a
cordial.
creamy
Yeah,
cordial.
like a creamy. Yeah, and damn, it was fucking good.
People would
Yeah.
always bring those for the holidays,
Mm.
a box of cherry cordials. And as kids, we loved those, but they made a mess. So you just had that syrupy stuff all over the place. So
Sticky
you
sugar.
just
Yeah.
don't see them that much anymore. And when someone brings by a box of cherry cordials, it's like, oh, it's like
Treat.
I just time traveled. Those are good.
Uh,
Little fact
how
about
about oh,
TV dinners were born
oh,
from a surplus of
interesting.
frozen turkeys.
Okay.
So yeah, a little kind of little fall Thanksgiving action there.
I
The
remember when we used to give TV dinners and that little fudge brownie in it and Franks and beans and God, that's disgusting.
See, we never really ate those. I mean, I think maybe once in my life I've
Rarely.
had a TV dinner, but um, yeah. But that's where they got started with. There was a surplus of
Yeah.
frozen turkeys stuck on a train that had to keep moving, kind of like the movie Speed, where that train had to keep moving to keep the refrigeration going. They're like, what are we gonna do with these
Turkey train.
turkeys? So they kept it moving until they figured it out, and then I don't know, I don't know if it was Swanson or Tyson or
Some sort of sun.
somebody who ended up being like a magnet in the frozen food TV dinner world came up with that idea, and the rest is history.
I am super, super excited that fall brings on soups and stews. I
Oh
love
yeah,
soups and stews. Mm.
the crock pot becomes a permanent fixture on the
Yeah.
counter. I'm gonna getting ready to do some chicken noodle this weekend.
Nice.
So
Nice. Yeah, beef
yeah,
stew, shepherd's pie. Oh,
yeah,
I love. I mean, you do like a butternut squash or a pumpkin soup, and I love doing the tomato and basil with Parmesan cheese drizzle
yep.
on top. Mm.
It's also the season of hot drinks too.
It
So
is. That is true.
here's a little trivia fact about the hot toddy. Now, a hot toddy contains
Bourbon.
toddy. Well, it's usually whiskey,
Okay.
and it's whiskey, lemon juice, honey, and hot water. And it's
Hmm.
very simple. I've embraced the hot toddy. I don't use honey. I use like an agave or something that has less sugar. Um, but the hot toddy was created to get women to drink whiskey. Mission accomplished, hot toddy people, because yeah, delicious,
I just like it plain.
delicious. I enjoy like something with Baileys, a little butterscotch
Yeah.
schnapps, um, a little whiskey in there. Love a hot drink
Feeling
on a cold day. When it's
a
miserable outside and you're like,
feeling
I'm not going anywhere. I'm starting at noon.
the like epitome of fall on a Friday night, high school football, drinking that disgusting hot cocoa with the fake marshmallows on top. There's just something nostalgic and
Mm-hmm.
fallish about that. Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Cocoa.
The cheers of the crowd.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
It's Friday
I
Night
like
Lights,
that.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Do we want to let's segue into fall colors
Oh, yeah.
and
It's
the leaves
browns and
falling. And I got a question for you.
oh, I've got an answer.
What is the official word for the sound of leaves and trees rustling in the wind?
Is that it?
No, but you're close.
Perfect.
The word is, hold on, I can barely say it. Scythurism. Scythurism.
Can you spell that, please?
Oh, that gets even better. P-S-I-T-H-U-R ism. Scythurism.
Scythurism. Wow,
Scythurism.
what's the origin of that
I
word?
don't know. I didn't get that far.
It's
But
got to be Latin.
or Greek, because the PSI
Greek, yeah.
sounds like, psi.
Ugh.
Yeah, that was, I'm like, I can't spring that on her. She's gonna be like, you don't even know that word. Shut up.
That was definitely one that you did not have in the
Nope.
repertoire.
Repertoire. Okay, I've got another one for you. What pigment is responsible for trees with red and purple leaves? Are you ready? Anthocyanins.
Okay. I don't
Anthocyanins.
even know what that question and answer means.
Well, trees, leaves have different colors, pigment, just like the pigment in our skin, we're different
I
colors.
I understand
Okay.
conceptually, but I mean the whole thing together. Just I'm a simpleton. That is too complex for me. I will say there was
Too good with figures since I left the quarry.
I ain't no goods with words. There so on of course our favorite app, the Nextdoor app, somebody had posted something to the effect of, "Hey, like where can I go to see fall leaves?" And I immediately thought Vermont.
Yeah.
We don't
Yes.
it's like they're not here. Like occasionally there'll be like a tree or like maybe a one row of trees that have a lot of color, but here there's the palm trees don't change colors.
They can go to Fallbrook. How about that? Or San Gabriel
Yeah,
Mountains.
you gotta go, and even in the San Gabriel Mountains, it's not like the East Coast, and it's one of those. I mean, not high on the list of things, but I would entertain is there's I guess like a specific
All
drive that you
colors
do like
tour. Yeah.
yeah something that's like that would be kind of fun to go do.
So when we lived in the Eastern Sierra mountains, of course, we had the fall colors, and people would call and say, "Well, when's the best time?" Well, it's not like we flip a switch and it starts. So it's like there's like a
Depends.
3 week period, and you got to hit it at the right time. And it is really beautiful when the sun hits like a grove that's just the
Yeah.
right color, and it just kind of lights up. It looks like it's on fire. But what would happen was people, the leaf peepers, and apparently that's a term that was coined in Vermont. The peepers would come out and literally stop in the middle of the road and get out and pull their cameras out. It's like, don't do that. Don't do that. This is a highway
Just to go to the side.
and you're on a blind curve. That's smart. Just pull over. The leaves aren't going anywhere. Take your picture. But yeah, we would get a lot of people that would come to watch the leaves, which is fine. But again, don't try to pet the buffalo. Don't stick your feet in a geyser. Be a nice
Do you,
tourist.
did you there's a Instagram, the Tourons.
Mm-hmm.
of
Yeah, oh,
Yellowstone,
yeah.
like the
Uh,
morons,
uh-huh.
Taurons. Oh,
That's a
it
good
makes
one.
me giggle. It
Yeah,
does make me
it's all
giggle.
about people getting out and trying to get close to a buffalo, and
People
um,
doing stupid things.
yeah, they're there. They're right next
Yeah,
to the road. It's like leave them alone. Leave them alone. Don't touch them. They'll kill you. They'll eat your face like the monkey. All right. Let's see if I have anything else about leaves. Oh, yep, I got another word for you. This one's you've probably heard before. What kind of trees, what do we call the type of trees that lose their leaves in the autumn months?
it's not. Is it indigenous? Not indigenous.
You're
It's
close. Begins with
similar,
a
right? Yeah.
begins with a D.
Just indigenous?
Deciduous.
Deciduous.
Deciduous. You were
Deciduous.
close. You had the
Deciduous. Deciduous.
idguous. You had the
Iduous.
idginess. The
I know it was
idguous.
something in there. And I
You
know
had it.
that because I have one.
Yep, I have one too. I have an apple tree actually.
You do? Kathleen has an
Yeah.
apple. Yeah, they
Hmm.
have. Kathleen has an apple tree.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's fun. Um,
I will say that there is one thing. Well, there's a couple things. But here's one thing that I don't like about fall. And that's because I don't like Christmas. When fall starts, people doing the Christmas crazies
yeah,
too early.
it starts with a vengeance.
It's
Yeah. And so that's kind of the difference between Thanksgiving and Christmas to me. Is Thanksgiving is it's mellow. It's all focused around the food and getting together and having like a nice dinner and being thankful, whatever you do for Thanksgiving. Christmas, it starts now and it's just craziness all the way up until Christmas and a few days
too
after.
much.
And it's like, oh, we got to find that gift. We got to find this. We got to find that. We got to do this. We got to do that. We got to run around like mental patients and get, everybody's gifts. And
I don't purchase gifts for
it,
anybody anymore at
it just
Christmas.
kind of loses the whole, I guess you'd say
Jesus thing.
the whole meaning of Christmas. It just loses the whole thing. Yeah, I don't really do gifts anymore. I mean, it depends. Like I've done it off and on for a few years, but it's like we're at the point we don't need anything. I
Anything.
don't need
No.
anything. Give me a phone call, a text. I don't even do cards anymore. And I get less and less cards every year. So it's just it's kind of it just like you said, it just gets too crazy is the only way I can describe it. Too
Yeah,
crazy.
we try and get together for a nice experience with one of our fall favorite
Mm-hmm.
things, which is a hockey game.
Yeah.
So this year for Christmas, we're gonna go to Vegas and go see the Vegas Knights play.
Oh,
Have
how
a
fun.
little trip and not be home and be away and do something unchristmassy for Christmas.
And, I'm always working on or around Christmas, so people get so hung up on that actual day. Like, well, what are you doing Christmas
Oh,
Day? We got to do
don't.
this, we got to do that.
No.
It's like you don't
No, I
have to
don't.
be stuck doing everything on that one day. You can spread it out. You can, hey, get together the day after or the day before
You can.
or
Or
any
a
other
week after, a
time.
week before, or in February.
Exactly. But what I don't like is Christmas in July, Hallmark Channel. Knock it off. Stay in
Oh,
your lane. Stay in your lane, Christmas. Stop it.
they did Christmas in July QVC too.
And the
And that,
countdown to
honestly,
Christmas.
and
I saw,
honest, and honest,
yeah, go ahead. QVC.
that they no, but the whole Christmas in July thing started there. I saw shit at cost like the first things
Oh,
popped up
yeah.
at Costco. The first thing I'm like, can you just then put a permanent Christmas aisle if you're going to do that at this point.
So I was flipping through a magazine yesterday, and yeah, the countdown, the Hallmark Channel countdown to Christmas schedule is already out there. Yeah, they've already got the list of all the different movies that you're gonna, that you're gonna want to
That I not watch.
see. It's like, aren't they pretty much all the same plot? There's some pretty funny videos out there of people basically making fun of the the Christmas
Those are
movies.
perfect.
I'm a go-go gal that moved to a small town. I don't have time for love. till I met this handyman that fixed my heater, and then my ex-boyfriend stockbroker shows up and wants me back, but I've already established a
Falling
relationship
in
with the
love.
handyman. What do I do? Who do I choose?
Santa
Shut
comes and
up.
will tell
Shut
you.
up. Um, oh, one more little factoid that I found about Halloween trick-or-treating. And I thought this was going in a whole different direction till I read it all the way through. But the question is, what does it mean when someone places a teal pumpkin on their porch for Halloween? My
That they want
first
something from Tiffany's.
my first thought was, you're inviting the swinger neighbors over for some Halloween fun or what? No, it means they're handing out non-food treats to make sure that kids with food allergies can participate in the fun of the holiday.
What's that?
I've never seen.
Where is this widely advertised? Talking about.
It makes
I'm
more
gonna put
sense that you're inviting swingers over, doesn't it?
also on the Nextdoor app. There's a little thing that you can put that says like we're a Halloween house. Like
Mm-hmm.
we encourage you to come by because we either have a lot of decorations or we give out good candy. But I'm like looking and like there's too many men's names attached to them, and I'm like,
What's going on
this
here?
is
What's going on here?
not comfortable. And I would not encourage, if you live in a household and there's a man and a woman, let's have the woman post that that's where you have a big decoration. I would, no offense to men, I'm just saying it seems a little weird that you're trying to encourage small children to come to your house.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
especially if
saying.
your house backs up to the woods. Stay
Also,
out of the woods.
let's also cross-reference it with the Megan's Law website, shall we?
That leads me to my next trivia question. What do you call a fear of pumpkins? All right, this one
Right.
kind of threw me off.
I don't know.
Cucurbitophobia.
That's too
Like
many.
Q
That's
like
too
a
big.
cucumber?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or it could be cucurbitophobia. Cucurbitophobia.
It
Let's go with that.
just makes me think of
It's
the supplement Curcumin that's good for joints.
There's a lot of syllables there. And then
Too many.
phobia at the end. So
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of tuned out till I got to phobia, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense.
I want to know how many people actually have this fear, and I'd like to talk to somebody who has them because what are you afraid of? It's
Why
a
are you afraid of a
pumpkin.
pumpkin? It's a pumpkin. Yeah.
I will say one of the cool things when I think they still do it, but the refinery in Wilmington, California, they would take their big orange, was it a crude oil, whatever, and they paint the pumpkin on it,
Tank.
and then
Yeah.
you could drive up to it. There's certain days, and they give out little balls of popcorn with the pumpkin face
Mhm.
on it, and you can wave.
I think they still do it, but however, I did hear, I think recently that that plant
It's
it's
closing, yeah.
closing and they're going to dismantle everything. They had a big white, round-shaped tank that looked like a baseball that they would paint, like when the Dodgers would win the series or when they were in the series or whatever. It was kind of cool. So yeah, they're very festive there, and you
They're
could
probably
go
going
get
to tear it
treats.
down and build 7,000
Condos.
houses.
They'll build apartments that like the ones right across the street.
Yeah,
Um,
on the place where they had crude oil pumping through the soil. Perfect spot. Nobody will
uh,
get diseases and die.
okay, I'm gonna take like a hard left turn because in my 8 minutes of fall research, I also discovered that there's some genetic things that are kind of interesting about the fall.
Ooh, yes, there are.
30% of people 100 years or older born in 1880 to 1895 were born in autumn. So they kind of are trying to make the statement that babies born in the fall have a higher likelihood to live longer.
I think that's probably a false statistic because I think just on the average, more people are born in that time. So, yes, you would probably have more people that are older at that time.
This is true because that's my next little factoid is
If you
more
go
babies
back,
are born in the month of September than any other month.
and if you do the math and go backwards, it falls right in line
With
with
Christmas and New Year's.
the Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving if you're pushing
Love
it.
Fest.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah, true. So, but one of the reasons they cited was because babies born in colder months develop a better immune system to colds and flus because they're born during the cold and flu season.
Flu
So,
season. Okay. I
yeah.
mean,
But yeah, it
I
could just
suppose
be a numbers thing, a statistical
it's
thing.
like
Since you have more
it's
people
like the
born during that time of the year, obviously you're going to have more centenarians or no, I'm not even going to
it's
attempt
in,
that one.
yeah. It's also like the statistic that states that there are more accidents within 2 miles of where you live. Well, yeah, that's because you drive within 2 miles of where you live more frequently than you drive anywhere else. So
Correct. Or you're paying less
let's
attention because
because it's just your comfort zone
you drive it so
and
much.
you know where you're going. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
I have something that I extremely dislike about the fall season that does not affect you now. I hate changing my fucking clock.
I
Why do we do
love
it?
the fact that I don't have to do daylight savings. It's great. Yeah, I know. I hear you on that one. I want to
So
say
then
that's the reason I moved here.
I might. One of the early questions was, "Hey, DT, you said you were going to stop the whole clock changing thing. What's up with that?" And he's like, "Well, half the people want it one way and the other half of the people want it the other way." And I said, "That's bullshit because the four states that don't do it
Mm-hmm.
only have it one way." So I don't know which APAC donor wants to continue to change the clock for whatever reason, but I'm calling bullshit is all I'm saying. I don't know anyone in the world. I mean, we can't even agree as a country that we should stop this nonsense, apparently.
I know. I know. And then, so what is spring forward and fall back? What are we?
It
Are
is.
we gaining an hour of sleep and losing an hour of light? Is
We
that
when we fall backwards, yes, we do gain an
okay?
hour of sleep because at 2 a.m. you would revert your clock back to 1 a.m., which, interesting fact, the bars that close at 2, I don't think you get the extra
No, you
hour, but I
don't.
can't remember.
I don't think you do. Yeah, I
They
don't
just
think you
close.
do.
They don't,
But when's the
what,
last time you were out that late?
I was, when I was 20, I don't know, when I was using a fake ID illegally to get into said bar, allegedly,
Allegedly.
hypothetically, yes.
Um,
So,
yeah, so I hear you on that one because
and you could call my mom and she could quote all the statistics to you about all of the bad things that happen this time of the year now. There's more depression, there's more suicides, there's more this, there's more that, there's more because daylight makes people happy. So when you take daylight away or you shift it to their not normal, it's just nonsense.
it is a little bizarre.
We don't need it anymore.
Yeah, we don't need to do it. But I think if you took it away, I think it would cause more chaos than just leaving it because people don't
I
like
don't. There's no
change. People don't
chaos,
like
but
change.
there's no chaos in Arizona,
There
Hawaii.
is not. Well, there's a little, but for different
Yeah,
reasons.
but not for
But
this.
yeah, not for this. So yeah, I hear you on that one. I hear you on that one.
Thanks for coming to my
It's
TED Talk.
also the season of love. And I don't know if this is a Facebook, we just made
It
this up,
is. It's not
but
real.
according to Facebook, more people change their status from single to in a relationship or engaged than any other season.
I did hear that statistic, and also I think they just right like the I'm gonna play all summer thing is over, and I got to get ready to have gifts and somebody to take to all my
Yeah,
holiday shit because I don't want to go by
yeah,
myself.
exactly.
So and then I would say probably spring's probably when we all break up because summer's
Yeah,
coming and we want
summer's
to play.
coming and we want to have
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
For sure. All right, let me see if I have any other questions that I can wow you with, that I thought were actually interesting. A lot of these are just, stupid things that we all know. Oh, okay. There is one movie that's a Halloween. Well, I'll save it for our Halloween movie episode that we're gonna do later this month. But
Scratch that thought.
we'll scratch that thought. Okay. I always thought we were talking about cranberries earlier. I always thought that they just grow in a big lake. Like that's the bog. It's just a big giant body of water, and the cranberries just pop up when they're done, and then they just gather them all up with
Doesn't that
nets. because
Because
of
of
those
that commercial
stupid ocean
promotions.
spray commercials, but apparently no, that's not the way it works.
I think they grow in a tree, don't
They
they?
grow on vines, kind of,
Vines,
I
yeah.
guess, similar to grapes, maybe. I don't know.
Probably.
And they grow traditionally in wetland areas that flood. And when the wetlands flood, that's when the cranberries float to the
Huh.
surface. They're ready. They,
That's
you know.
great.
So now, they create the bog artificially for growing, but yeah, they flood them and then they float, and then you collect them. So you and your barefoot driving myth, me and my how do cranberries grow, we get the Dumba Award for those two.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, freaking cranberries. I don't even like them. I don't even like
I
them.
don't either. I don't either.
All right. So that's all we
All
got for
right.
fall, y'all. Why don't you give me
Yeah.
your what you're talking about,
Oh,
Willis?
my what you talking about, Willis? Okay, so my what you talking about, Willis. This is a shout out to Becca, her best friend Malia, and her other friend Ava. I didn't know this. I've heard it, but I didn't know really the phrase chicken jockey. So
Okay.
it is
I'm
apparently
picturing a
from the
chicken with a
movie,
tiny saddle on it, but go on.
right? Yeah, which, reverts back to episode what, 1, 2? I don't
Yeah.
know. It's like kind of like the term 6'7". It doesn't really mean anything, and it's from the movie Minecraft. And the littler kids will say just chicken jockey, and you'd be like it's just chicken jockey. So they started talking about it because they wanted somebody to order chicken jockey when they went to a drive-through somewhere, and I'm like, but you're not. I don't. I don't understand. Apparently, anyways, so they did it. They took the time to so kindly explain to me that it's very similar to the phrase 6'7". It doesn't really
It
mean
doesn't mean
anything, and it
anything.
is from Minecraft. And chicken jockey, shout out to Becca, Ava, and Malia.
Nice. That's a cute one. I like that. Now, if I hear it, I'll know what it means. My talking about what you're talking about, Willis, is so I saw a thing recently, and it said this girl was saying, if you ever feel like you're being threatened by a Gen X woman, you just need to start singing this song, and it will stop her in her tracks and diffuse her for about 2 to 3 minutes. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, I know what song it is. This girl said that the song was Hold On by Wilson Phillips. I'm like, oh no, sweetie. Oh no. As soon as I hear those opening organ notes, it doesn't matter where I am in the building. At the top of my lungs, I'm all, dearly beloved. That will stop me in my tracks. Dearly beloved.
There's probably a lot of songs, but boy, oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so I
I'm
thought
gonna,
that was pretty
in my
funny.
head all day, I'm just gonna be saying that too.
Dearly beloved,
Dearly beloved, all day.
all day.
You know what I immediately, the first tone, I just changed the channel. Any Journey song,
I was going to
but
say,
but
dun,
especially,
dun, dun, dun,
God,
dun, dun,
stop.
dun, 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 dun. But you hear that organ?
It won't get me. It'll get
You
me
know,
to punch you in the fucking throat. That's what'll get me to do.
I hear that organ, and it's, dearly beloved. That's it. I'm done. Done for a few minutes. Now, the thing that annoys me is the radio station at work. They don't play the entire intro. They play the
Oh,
shortened version of it, and so like I'm already like halfway into the next line, and then they throw the song up. I'm like, oh, I hate when they do that. I hate when they abridge the song, the radio version of the song, and it's like, nah, you just ruined it now. Now I got to go
take some
back to
fun out of it.
working. So yeah, so that's all I got. That's our
That's
It's
all I
Fall
got.
Y'all episode, and
And your shout out to us, calling for peace in the Middle East. All these episodes, and
exactly
here we are, peace in the Middle
in the
East.
Middle East. So my friend Sheila, shout out Sheila. That was one of the things she used to say. It was one of her little catchphrases that she lives in my head rent free, and so I just started saying it. So yeah, shout out to Sheila, peace in the Middle East, because look
We did
it,
it.
we're on our way.
We
Let's hope
did
it
it.
sticks. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right, that's all I got.
All right, that's all I
All
got.
right,
Until next time.
like,
Like,
listen,
subscribe,
subscribe,
follow,
review. I think in honor of
laugh.
our 14th episode, I think we're up to 14 subscribers.
Right.
I
We
know.
need one more for next. We need one more
We need
for
one more
next
for next
week.
week.
So
Yep. And
let's do it.
and the TikToks and the Instagrams and the Spotifys and the emails and all that stuff.
And the
So we're all out
interwebs
there.
and the yes, we are. All right.
So perfect. All right.
All right. Well, peace out.
Okay. Peace in the Middle East.